All right, we're back in chemistry, and today we are about types of reactions. We are going to be looking at types of reactions based on patterns that we see. And so, our first two activities in Seesaw, I'm going to take a quick review of those, have to do with looking for and identifying patterns. So in this case, in this first activity, I've given you some letters and names and symbols and numbers. Um, but the patterns I want you to look for, two things on the left, one on the right, two things on the left, one on the right, two on the left, one on the right. Doesn't matter if it was faces and hearts and emojis or letters or numbers. Then the second group, we reversed it. One thing on the left, two on the right. One on the left, two on the right, one on the left, two on the right. So notice in this case, WS, yes, I know there's two letters, but they're combined into one thing. So here, where I have an umbrella, I didn't think about the handle versus the fabric part of the umbrella differently. It's an umbrella. In this case, it's a WS. In this case, it's a 6. Okay, I have one thing on the left, two on the right, and I know it's two because they're separated by a plus sign, right? The next one, I have something that's a double. There's two numbers, two shapes, two names. So I have a double with a single, one number, one picture, one name. So a double with a single, a double with a single, double single, double single, and the same in the other two. Our third group has double, 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 double. Okay, two doubles on each side. Same thing here, two doubles on each side. The last one is complicated because it says, okay, we got a double on the left and a single, so why isn't it the same as this one? In this case, we split up the first one into the C and the H, and then we take the second one, the oxygen, and we add it to both of them. In this case, we started with a tree and a fire plus Old Man Winter Windstorm. And we took and we split those two up into a tree and a fire and then added Old Man Winter on both sides. So yeah, it's a couple of steps, but same pattern. All right. The next one, we started saying, okay, let's use some chemistry symbols, but same patterns. Copper and sulfur making copper sulfide. Okay, two things making one. How do we know it's two? Because it's separated with a plus sign. Over here, yeah, it says SO2, that's one thing. O2, that's a second thing. How do I know? It's separated by a plus sign. Over here, I have SO3, okay? But no plus signs, it is one thing, one SO3. Okay. It's like when you go buy one hamburger at McDonald's. It's a bun, it's a meat patty, it's pickles and ketchup and relish and all of that, but it's a hamburger. And so we're saying that same thing. It's one thing. So all of these, and this one's even more interesting because it says I'm going to take three things and make one. All right. The next one we reversed it. We said we're going to take one thing on the left and break it apart. Okay. One thing on the left, break it apart. The next one, we have a double, silver and sulfur, with a single, aluminum. A double with a single with a double with a single. So we don't care about the order. We care about double, single, double, single, double, single. Double, 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 double. Okay, both of those are that way. There's aluminum and sulfate, sodium and phosphate. Okay, so a double, and we maintain double and double on the other side. That's the fourth pattern. And this last one, CH4, O2. So we said, okay, in this pattern, we split up the carbon and hydrogen, which we did. They're on either side of the plus. And then we put some oxygen with both. Don't worry about the numbers. Okay, we divided up the zinc and the sulfur, okay, either side of the plus sign. And then we added oxygen to both sides. All right, so that's how those all work. And then the last thing that I did today for everybody was I went through what are the 5 types of reactions, their actual names: synthesis, decomposition, single and double replacement, and combustion. And then I gave a generic example of each one. And then I described it, okay, just like we did in our patterns. And then I gave you a couple of chemical examples of what they might actually look like. Um, so that was what we worked on. And the assignment is then to go back to those two we just looked at, the classifying, and add these 5 names. So what I want you to do is come back to one like this and this one. And over on the side, I want you to write like synthesis, decomposition, and put the names to each of those 5 patterns. That's what we were working on today.